Hi everyone, I'm Hank. I'm currently at Jersey's Wellington office. Today I'm going to talk about Python, how to use Python to scrape a web page. Um, I need to make a disclaimer first. Don't use the website I'm going to show you because I am responsible for that website. And I will teach you how to scrape the data from the website and export in a CSV file. And the CSV file, it's kind of a temporary way to store data, but we usually use database SQL, non-SQL database to store data. But like if you don't really have a software development experience, I think a CSV file is a pretty good solution. You can just treat CSV file as a non-SQL database. So the website I'm going to show you today is good registry website. Let me present my screen. Cool. Everyone? Okay. Cool. So yeah. There's a. So the good registry is an organization that sell gift cards to their customers, and people who receive like gift cards can only use to donate the can use to use the gift can only use the gift card to donate to other charities, and there are a few charities on this website: ADC, uh, Age, Concern, New Zealand. Oh, I might need that soon. And ESMA and Auckland City Mission. Like you can you can find those data from the console. Hold on, let me scroll down a little bit and inspect. And you can see, oh, you can only see the GitHub page. Hold on, let me present again. Can you see that? Cool. Yeah, so like in this website, you can see the name and the images. And then when you right click, and you click inspect, and then you can see the date, all the information on this website. So you can see in this HTML tag, there are a few other sub HTML tags in this HTML class called hidden. And then, okay. So this is what I'm going to do. So, I'm going to I'm going to scrap all the image, all the information on this website that are about charities. So you can go to console and let me clean this first. And items. Mm. So document it's document that get elements by class name is it's a JavaScript it's a it's a JavaScript syntax. Center it's rep stands for let me go back. Stands for this HTML tag, div class centers, and document.get elements by class name will will get all the will get all the items like has center in on this page. And so we got 63 total items here. And so let me try items again. So 63. Cool. And let's get the first item. You can see ADC microfinance and the description helping communities in Myanmar. Exactly right. And you can also see there's another HTML tag. That's buttons. So today we want to scrap the titles and the and the description and export those two things in the CSV file. Like I know like uh this is not useful information, but imagine like if you want to scrap Bitcoin price or a fund price from Yahoo Finance or other websites, then this is like a very similar way to do it. Okay, let me turn on my terminal. Okay, I hope this is big enough. So I just create a folders called Summer of Tech Python Bootcamp 2021, and now I'm going to start from installing Python. So to install Python. Right. I will, if you're using Linux, like don't worry, I will provide a document later to teach you how to install on Linux. But for Windows, because I don't have a Windows device around me, so probably we'll have to find more instructions on the Python organization's website. Okay, now we have Python 3 installed, so let's check. So we have Python 3.8.9, means that Python is installed. And the next thing is we install pip. Pip it's a Python package management tools. I'm going to install pip. What is oh I forgot. Yeah, get pip. Oh, okay. Mm. Hold on. Okay, I totally forgot to install pip. Let me find let me present another screen. Mm, usually search mag. Cool. Oh yes, right. You don't really need dash dash version. Oh, you need. Okay, cool. So I have pip installed. Great. And the next thing is install virtual environment. Virtual environment it's something like um, um, when you have a virtual environment on your terminals, um, Python whatever the packages install will keep in that virtual environment. So you can have multiple virtual environments, Python virtual environments on your laptops, and and each virtual environments can do separate things and um, can run different Python packages for your applications. Okay, so now I'm going to install a virtual environment. Mm, and then mm, yeah, and then next thing is So now we have a virtual environment, and then now we need to activate the virtual environment. Oh, typo. Cool. Now you can see there's a in in front of the command line, and now we create a mm, create a Python file called app. So touch app.py, and let me open my IDE. I use Python, and Chum is an instruction for me to call Python. Sweet. So now we have an empty file, and then let me do this. If change it to and this line, it's something that you need to put in every Python applications. So if you don't have this line, when we run python.app.py, it will just does nothing. But if you have this line, someone of take Python bootcamp. Yeah, and main is just the function names wrong over here. Okay, so let us get started. So now we can get we just set up a Python app, and let's do something. Let's get a URL we want to scrap first. So we call URL, and URL want to use. The URL want to use is logoregistry.com/collections/all charities. Okay, close it and then put it here. And next one we want to next thing we want to do is calling this URL. And by doing that, we need to install a package called no, request. But I think request is already it's a default package. Let me try. Not so. Deep. So because we didn't have request, so we have to install, and the instruction is pip install package's name. Okay. So okay, so let's go web. Oh, this is annoying. Let me fix this. So, oh, typo. And get URL. Sweet. And let's see what we get here. Oh, 200. 200 means that we get the we send the request successfully and we get something back. If you get 404, that's not ideal. There's a page called HT HTTP code. Oh no, this one's better. You can see, you can have a look here if you are interested in. Like, if you are developers, you often need to kind of understand what does each code mean. Cool. So here 200 means okay. Right. Let's get back. And so now we can send a request to a to a website and get a response back. And next thing is get the contents from the website. So create account. Oh, right. Because we are getting the response we're getting back from the website. It's in different format. So right now we need to install a package called Beautiful Soup. Okay. This happens sometimes because uh, some packages might require some pre-install. So let's figure out how to install Beautiful Soup. Uh-huh. Mhm. Where is yep, homepage. Mhm. Okay. Oh, sorry. Here. So copy here and then paste it here. Probably needs to do again. So sweet. Now let's try. Keep. Hmm. Let me find. Yep. Let me check. Keep list. Yes, People Soup is has installed successfully. So let's import. Mm, let's import Beautiful Soup. The reason why I know I need to use BS4 is because when you um when you type B and you can get the BS4 here, like it's just experience. You will find out from the documents too. And okay, so now let's call BS4. No, sorry, call Beautiful Soup and web dot. Oh, sorry, and first one and what do I need to put here? Let's have a look. So okay, yep, we probably need to put something for this field format encoding. Yeah, I'm going to put HTML parser. The reason why I know it's HTML parser because I've done this before, and you can find it on Beautiful Soup documentations easily. So okay, let us print contents, save it, and then 3. Oops. Oops. So let me have a look. Oh, I think that was a typo. So the typo was HTML and dash, but it needs to be dot. Clearly, I'm not experienced enough. I need to do it more often. So this is the HTML tag. We see it here from. That's what we see here. It's pretty much just this page. Cool. Let's get back. And right now, we just want to get the information we need for exporting a CSV file. So let me name title and description. Cool. Default diction, it's something like let me print it. It's much easier. It will generate dictionaries for you. And for me, this is some. I personally like using dictionary instead of using array or list to do software development because dictionary is a very convenient data type for programming in Python, and default dictionaries can also do something like hash table. It's quite convenient. It's just personal flavor. You can use list here, like here. So I'm going to continue. And next thing is getting store all the items in our app. So we call items and content find. Oh, yeah, there are a few called final. Let's get final and div. Div stands for the HTML tag called div, and the next one class center. Like we have done this before, so items equal content define or dev class center is equivalent of this one get classes by name. Sweet. So to prove me I'm right, let's run it again. Oh, let's see. Oh, probably too many. Just get the first one. So ADC microfinance. I'm not advertising it. It's just because this is the first items on the website. Yeah. So this is what we want. ADC microfinance and helping communities. Let's check number 12 breast cancer. Atorua coalitions run by breast cancer survivors to make world class. Yeah, sounds cool. Okay, so we can get all the items from the website. So the next thing is how to get rid of the HTML flags and the white space and the symbols. So let's do this. For items, I would recommend you to use another word instead of I, but like we are just doing this in a very fast pace, so let's just skip it. So encode string. Oh, mm, shit. Those website and operating and Macintosh might have different way to decode and encode the the data. Like there are multiple types like UTF-16 or ASIC. Is that correct? So just in case like um we get weird format. So do so let's put encode UTF-8 here and then encode ooh, ooh, and and um you might not need to do this line, but like this is for like I personally want to make sure that we get the right format. So encode string. So I want to replace as center. Uh, just copy and with empty string. And so replace. What else? What else? Padding. Empty, empty string and replace. Closing HTML file called /div and with empty string. Oh, backslash means like we jump into another line here. If you don't give a backslash, your Python will tell you there's error here. Okay, so I think we need to remove the button to click to find out more with empty string. I know it's boring, but this is web scraping. This I wish there was a better way to do it. Yep. Dot text. What do you mean? Sorry. Sorry. Can you repeat the question again, please? Yes, yes. Yeah. There are many ways to do it. Like we also have like dots. Let me try like. Uh, there are many ways to do it. Uh, you can find it and then remove it, or you can use this syntax to remove the string, or if yeah, can't really find a good or sub. Yeah, there are many ways to do it. I just choose something that I'm familiar with, and this is something I'm more familiar with. But like at work, I often use another thing called regex. But like this is something I need to explain. Don't really have that time right now, but like that's something I really recommend you to have a look, and it will just remove a lot of space and simples, and then the the things you don't want, like just with one or few lines code easily. Okay, hope that solve your questions. Let me continue. It's almost done. Then remove dash with empty string and oops, and finally remove white space. Cool, let's print. Oh yeah, you need to remember white space. I often forget, which is not a good habit. So let's type Python 3 app.py. Wow, it looks much cleaner without HTML flags. So right now we have the data we want. And the next thing is we want to split title and description into two different variables. So let's do filter. Okay. See how it looks. Oops, sweet. So we kind of like put two. We kind of split title and descriptions into us like into uh, some weird array, but it looks fine. Oh, by the way, backslash n means that you split when you see when you change to another line, like clean string. Okay, this means a Torah the dot and you fly in between. That's backslash n. Okay, okay. Let me continue. Filter is yep. Title and description. Square bracket on unfiltered list square bracket 0. That means that we are going to put unfiltered list first items to title and descriptions. Let me find an example. Okay. So Python 3. So whoops. So you can see Wellington's sexual abuse health foundations and summer of tech. So this is the index, or you can say keys, and this is the value, like inlet keys. Okay, so you might confuse. So what does unfiltered list Squarespace 0 stands for? You can have a look here. And that's all the titles. Let me remove the Squarespace, remove the indexing. So now you see Wellington Woman's house. This is the first item. So that's square base 0, square bracket 0, and this is in this is the number 2 item, number 3 items. So when we code number 3, so it's 2 because it starts from 0, right? So let's see. Okay, here. Oh, this out of range. Oh, out of range. Okay, so let's try first. Mm, mm, mm. Might be something wrong. So let me do this. Oh, empty. Okay, number 2. Sweet. So providing a free 24/7 consulting helpline. Okay. The reason why we need if length unfiltered list equals 3 else empty string. Why we need here? Because when you scrape data from a website, you often get kind of messy data. Some like you like I assume like one of the items doesn't have descriptions, so the unfiltered list for one of the items might just have one items, like just have a title and doesn't have anything else, just have titles. So like sometimes like you just need to keep trying to get the right data. Like unfortunately, because we are getting the data from others' website, it's not a website we build ourselves. Right. So let's keep going. Okay, filter list 2. 0 stands for title, 2 stands for descriptions, and we stripe. No, strip. Different. Cool. So let's have a look. Yes. Oops. It looks a little bit messy because it's terminal. It's not an interface. But let's look here. Youth line providing a free 24/7 counseling helpline for young people throughout New Zealand. Yes, sweet. This is one item, and let's check out the other one. Wanuna warrior addressing food insecurity and making edible gardens available across the Toa. Yep, looks nice. So now we want to put the data into a CSV file. So next thing is creating a functions called write CSV, and then put the data in this file, in these functions. And now let's create another functions called write CSV and input dictionary. Over here, like input means the input for these functions, and dictionary means the data type for the input. So the data of the input for these functions, right? CSV, and let's get we've opened so CSV, and W stands for write, and result CSV. Result.csv means that we are going to create a file called result.csv, and new line. Oh, we don't want that, so give an empty string f as f. You don't need as f. As stands for like kind of like um because want because we want to call the file results.csv and to write all the data to in this file. So we need to have a SF here to call this file easily. So writer back CSV. Oh, we don't have CSVs. Okay, it's all right. Let's import CSV. CSV is a default functions in Python. You don't really need to install it. Okay, as writer and f means we're going to write the data into this file, and the file f stands for the file, and for key you are right row. We've opened this. This might looks weird for some people. Like this is a way that create a file and write the files in Python. Yep. And then here's a for loop called for key dot value in input dot items, because input is a dictionaries and we want to get the keys and the items, so we need to call it dot items. Like this is kind of a syntax I have to remember. And so right now we can get keys and values. Actually, keys stands for title and value stands for description. So we can actually just call a title and description. Okay. So we pretty much have everything. So let's see. Now we only have app.py and the virtual environment. So right now, right, it's Python 3.app.py. We should when we run these instructions in our command line, we should see a CSV file in these folders. So let's run. Okay, cool. So we have a results.csv. Let's see. Oops, not this one. This one. So let's open the file. Right, so you can see the first one is ADC Microfinance, and the description is in. So the title and the descriptions is in this file. And before we started, we kind of got 63 items, and let's see how many items in these files. 63. Yeah, 3. So we successfully add all the items in this file. And not sure you still remember, like we had an index error when we were implementing this app. So let's see. Oh, right. So here's the reason that causing an error. Tree that count doesn't have the descriptions, but we didn't know. Now we know. So that's why there's an index errors appeared in when we were writing the code. Cool. Yeah. So I actually have a GitHub repositories for these projects, so you can play around when has some instructions for installing Pythons for Mac and for Linux. And here are some reference and recommendations for you to read. Cool. That's everything for today. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
for those people having issues with installs, maybe do you want to just jump on the Slack afterwards
Um,
and you can help them out, or?
yeah. Happy to do it. Let me check where's the. I'm looking for the Slack channel. Would you mind flip me the link, please?
Yeah, of course. Let's see, the button is. Use the internet.
Cool.
Um,
I'm opening. I'm opening. Be patient. Be patient.
That's all good. One of the questions I can see so far is
Yeah.
what was the reason behind dictionary being the best method to store tags? So like why dictionary over lists and things like that?
Why using dictionary? Oh, it's just
Mm.
personal flavor. It's like the because if you because dictionary requires you to have a key and have a value, right? But for array, you kind of just put everything together, and it kind of looks messy. If you put different type of data in one same data type, that's why I prefer using dictionary. So I like I know what I'm going to get from the dictionary, and it's easy for people like to pick up. If you just put everything in an array, like you understand, but the the other developers might not understand. For you, think like, oh yeah, the data looks quite straightforward, but that might not for everyone, and um yeah, it's just something that's quite useful to use. But like it's totally fine to use array. It really depends on what you want to achieve. But for me, I want to achieve something that people that can understand easily. Um,
There was another question. For scraping websites, does that mean we have to look at the website structure every time we want to scrape a new web page?
yes, because every website has different have different structure. Like for example, like front end libraries or platforms, we have React, Angular, and don't forget we have Angular 1 and Angular 2, and we also have Vue and Flutter. Also can create web applications. So like there are many ways um, to to write a front end to implement the front end applications. So like you really have to just read what the website shows you, and then get the right HTML tag you want. Like that is the most simple um uh that is the most simple things I ever done to scrape to scrape data on the website. I usually kind of have to find with class names and ID. Exactly. Like we only use centers one class name. That's very easy to use and very simple. But like I think that's just lucky, and that doesn't happen often. Thank you, Nathaniel, and yeah. So yep. Yeah. I'm reading the uh Okay. Yeah. Minf. I will here. Does anyone have more questions? Right now. I'm just replying the um. Yeah. Right now, I'm just replying the message.
Someone also asked if you had lots of attributes for a row,
Yeah.
whether it would be a good idea to create an object instead of using a dictionary.
Oh yes, definitely. Like please let me present. There's another way called class and example. Probably just call user and oops, user and nope, and then you create that kind of like and uh, uh, and name and name address, and then you can it's like oh sorry yeah forgot yeah debug tech person have technical issues um yeah sweet so let me do it again so class you can create a class of course called users and uh, name string and address string and then you can create a and you can inherit the class we just create um and and child yeah you can do that yeah for sure like it really depends like it really depends how what you want to achieve yes cool let me have a look I have some code with you but I only see 37 rows in the result file is the amount differ time run the code so you only got 37 oh interesting I think you might need to paste me the code yeah hi Patricia thank you oops yeah uh that's intense um oh yeah yeah this line um I'm going to reply code anyway so uh, what sort of jobs would you expect to be web scraping? Actually, at Sureties, we sometimes need to scrape fund price from our providers. So, being a developer, you yeah, you somehow still need to know how to web scraping, right? Um, yeah, interesting. I can't really find any errors. Yeah, I don't know. Sion, would you mind just like have a look, try this on your console? Um, Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Sean got a point. Mm. Anyone else have question? Like, I'm happy to answer you any questions like career or Python developers or anything. Yeah, or like, I know this is not a web development, and some people want to see web developments. Um, yeah, if you are really interested in web developments in Python, I would recommend you to have a look this whole Fast API. Pretty easy way to implement a Python web app. But if you prefer the old-fashioned one, then you can try Django. Yeah, these two are the one I'm interested in. And and this is the web. Sorry. This is the um library we use for jerseys. Jerseys. And if, as far as Python programming, do you find there's a lot of usage in the industry across fields? Is it a language is worth investing time in practicing? I think, okay, to be honest, I think if you want to find a job in New Zealand, you should definitely learn C Sharp and Java. Don't learn Python. But if you want to find a job in North America, like America, States or Canada, you should definitely learn Python. I hope that makes sense. You can just like do the most easy way, like seek code.nd and type Python. You can see 1136, but that is clearly not true because pretty sure like 20 or 30% of the jobs relate to data engineer or data analyst. And then let me try Java. Yeah, 300 more. Yeah, so and probably C Sharp. And also, oh yeah, but like when the HR creating a job post, they like they don't really they don't really mention C Sharp in the data engineer role. So I still think that C Sharp and Java are more popular in New Zealand market. Yeah, but you still able to find a job if you learn Python. For your information. Oh, interesting. Hold on. JavaScript seems not as popular as before. Sad. Yeah. Any questions? Wow. Well, I'm not the last one. um, yeah, I've done some personal projects in Django, but I don't have any commercial experience in Django. Um, and I personally don't like Django because it's very heavy and it gives you very powerful tools, but a lot of tools you don't really need in Django. And if you come from another programming languages and you see Django, you probably just feel like, oh wow, what it is, it's magical, and you don't understand. uh, but like Fast API and Flux are very straightforward. It's easy to like to to pick up. But if you don't have any programming languages experience and you want to build a web app, I think Django is definitely a go-to options.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Hank. That was really good. Oh, there's one final question
Yeah.
from Ajay. Do you want to answer that one?
Actually, yeah. For full stack developers, what languages frameworks should I more focus on? Like, I think like most of the front end developers job requires you to know JavaScript and or like or React and JavaScript with React and Angular or Vue, and so like become full stack developers. JavaScript is kind of essential. About like backend, it's very various, and I would just say like C sharp or go for C sharp or Java if you really want to get a job easily and like to increase your chance. But I personally like Python. I'm not going to give up Python, but I also write other programming languages. Yeah, and uh, it really depends like what kind of jobs and what kind of companies you want to apply. Like some companies, they they don't care what programming languages you know. They just care like how many experience and how many years experience you have, or how good you can solve the problems. Like some companies will for junior or graduate roles, they often don't give you a code test, but for the roles I interview with, I like intermediate role, I often need to do intermediate or senior role, I need to do code test. And once you finish a code test, they will kind of assess what kind of level you are, and they will like, hey, yeah, this match our expectations. And yeah, and some of the code tests will require you to use certain programming languages, but some of the code tests they just say use the one that you're familiar with. I hope that answer your question.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone for tuning in. Hopefully, you learned something useful. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to send Hank a message or send it through, and at least someone on here, one of the employees, will be able to give you a hand. Um, until next time, see you later.